Now what it comes down to is the execution, the implementation behind what we teach. So if you guys have questions, there's a wide variety, and the one missing piece of your entire business is probably in this room.
Not everyone is insane like us and traveling to Chandler, Arizona to go become our best selves. You want to know what a lot of people want? 60 grand a year, a paycheck every Friday, someone who cares about them, someone who gives them a great working environment, and I would lose people that way.
If you guys can just give a huge round of applause, we have Steve Trang.
The reason why I think agent investors is a really good option is because you can get started with very little out of pocket. If you look at most programs, they're gonna ask you to drive for dollars, which results in gas money, cold calling, and texting, which requires pulling data, skip tracing the data, and so on. All great options. What Ryan teaches is more about connecting with realtors and doing relationship type deals. So you can get into this business and run a very low cost business and be profitable a lot sooner.
So at the time where not having money was huge, having a relationship like Steve to where you could say, hey, this guy right here is gonna teach you this. This guy right here is gonna teach you this. He was gonna get me into rooms with people that I never would have been able to get introduced to on my own. A lot of times people are gonna invest into stuff, but the things that they don't understand is that when you're at a crossroad, you have to make hard decisions. I don't believe in pros versus cons, I believe in opportunity versus risk. So what my opportunity was to double down on what I had just done. The risk was possibly going and taking that 30,000 and putting it back into marketing. I chose to double down on what I did, and that's how the whole concept of agent investors came to be.
So for someone that's new, the reason why I would push them to work with agent investors is because you get to have this one-on-one mentorship with Ryan, which is a great knowledgeable person. So you have the ability to sit with him. You want to grow or you want to scale. This is exactly why I signed up with them, because I thought that the fact of having him right next to me every single week is actually the reason why I'm gonna be able to make it to the next level.
So definitely push people towards joining agent investors, just because, I mean, in my personal opinion, obviously I'm biased, but I really prefer working with agents versus working with sellers. When I started real estate, I had a W-2. I didn't have a ton of money on the side just to use for marketing and direct-to-seller marketing. Those costs quickly add up. And as I continue to scale my business, it's still cost efficient because I'm working with agents and really just emphasizing on relationships and making those MLS offers.
Real estate changed my life. Is it okay if we get a little vulnerable today? Drop egos out of the room, they can run outside and go get hit in the street. You guys okay with that? Right? Because once ego gets out of the way, you can really change people's lives. My wife was pregnant and about to have a baby in about 6 months. I had to run. Started to do really, really good because I was consistent with my lead gen. That was the #1 thing, consistency with my lead gen, which if any of you have closed multiple deals in a month, that's what it takes.
Most deals will work. Most vanilla deals can deliver this. The only difference is how we architect the finances of that. When do we enter a deal and when do we exit is all that matters. Basic economics will tell you that more risk you take, the more the reward potential is. The less risk you take, the lower the reward potential. How do we take a low-risk asset class and then get it to produce uncommon returns? That's the magic here.